welcome back. As you can see, these are not, it's not a canvas. These are tiles, and I have used alcohol inks to create these. So what I practiced a few before I jumped on the and did a video. They're sort of a seascape, and I will be turning them into coasters. You can see I finished the edge. I've painted them. I got to finish another coat, but I finished the edge of 2 of them with gold. Sometimes I'll use black because I've got another set that I did, and I finish off the edge with black. Here's these. I'll be right back. I'm going to go pull the other stuff I've done real quick so you can see some of the others that I'm really rough on, but be right back. Okay, I'm back. But like I said, as you can see, these are sort of like a beach ocean scene. And so I've done those. Gotta set these over to the side here. Trying not to scuff them, and that side paint is not completely dry. Then this was my very first set of coasters I did. And should say tiles, because I'm debating whether I'm going to turn this into coasters or mount this. Oops, they're not quite straight for you. Mount these together so that they make a, I'll show you that one in a few minutes. Ooh, that's still tacky. Or sticky. Maybe my finger's sticky. It didn't hurt the picture, so maybe it's my finger. Anyway, here we go. I'm contemplating mounting these like this. Not sure yet. But this was the first ones I did. And I blew these with a straw. Since then, when I'm blowing, I've pulled out my airbrush. And so I've used that because I'm working on mastering it, but I liked it better. But the second set I made, I gave as a wedding present. So I don't have those to show. Silly me, I didn't even get a picture of them. So hopefully my cousin's daughter will take a picture of that and the painting I gave them. Because I forgot to take a picture of it too. Silly me. Then I got 6x6 tiles and I did this. Played. And Miriam's Nature had showed a few things in a video, so I did some playing with that kind of technique. But there's this one. And I'm not turning until I can find, if I can find a resin that would handle up to like 500 degrees or so. These are going to be art pieces, this size. These are not going to be trivets. I'm not going to sell something labeled as a trivet, and it won't hold heat. So there's that one. And then this one. This was the last one I did last night. There you go. The little dots inside are metallic ink. So I've been playing, and as you can see, I finished the edges on these. This one I used black marker, and I will be finishing these with resin. Now then, need to find a place to set these so that I'm not worried about them while I'm working on this other stuff. I just want to get it out of the way mainly. So that, because if you're not careful, you get alcohol on these and it reactivates the inks. So, little things that I don't know much about alcohol inks. as much as some other people I know, probably. Miriam's Nature did comment that, you know, if we wanted her to, she'd do more, and I told her yes. I've watched a few videos, but I don't know. I'm looking for something that I know how Miriam works, so hopefully she gets something out for us where we can learn from her. She's a wonderful teacher. If you haven't seen her channel, you need to look it up. It's Miriam's, and it's Miriam with a Y. So it's MYRIAMS, Nature. And she's shown a lot of little tips and techniques, and she has a really nice way of instructing. So I'm having trouble getting everything cleared off here. So there we go. That can sit there, and this can sit here, so that I have a place to pick my inks, set my inks up. Now, I am going to do a large Seascape as an art tile. First thing I've got to do, these tiles usually have dust and all kinds of things on them from when you buy them. I've bought these. I bought my 4-inch coasters at the same manufacturer. I get them all at Lowe's. My 4-inch tiles were 16 cents each. Oh, goodness gracious, I still got another net. I don't know why. I've gotten rid of all the fruit, so I don't know why I've got so many fruit flies still. I'm going to have to set up a fruit trap. I'll put some cider vinegar and some dish soap in a container. Anyway, back to this. So I use alcohol. This, as you can see, has something dripped on them too. Where I stored them, they're probably getting stuff, but also this gets off anything else. This will just take a little alcohol, dampen it, and wipe it clean. So that one's done. Like I said, I got stickies on my hand. I don't know if it's the ink from, probably the paint. Should get gloves, because yeah, let me get my gloves on, because the alcohol inks will stain you. Let alone the alcohol's a little hard on your hands. My black nitrile gloves. Okay. For those tiles, I can hardly wait till I get a few more colors too. Speaking of which, if you enjoy my videos, and you no pressure if you'd like, so I can do more experimenting and happily take questions and ask me, you know, suggestions, so to speak. If you would like to donate, I do have a link to my PayPal account in the description below. Gotta get my glasses on. I'm trying to read. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah. Like I said, no pressure. But if you'd like to, there is a link there, and you can donate to my channel. And I gotta find my one more thing. Where is it? Actually, two things. There's the white. And where's my gold? That's not it. There it is. Okay. These tiles that I did last night were done with, and I used Ranger inks except for the Piñata gold, and that is the only metallic gold I had. You can see where I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, there's splatter from where I used my air gun on the This is honeycomb. And this one's butterscotch. That will be my sand. Then at the very last, once those two, as I create the base, has dried, I come back in with the Piñata gold. And that leaves, I think you can see the effect maybe. There you go, see? Gives a little bit of a sparkle to it. And that's why I am painting the edges with gold. And you have to shake this gold every time. I mean, I will set this down, I've shook it, but I'll come back in here and I'll shake it again because the pigments settle readily down to the bottom. And you hear that? I'm going to shake it for a little bit after that. Then the water, I've used two colors, Stream and Mermaid. Stream is a little darker than Mermaid. And then I use Ranger's White. This is, they call theirs Snow Cap. Piñata has white also, and you can use it. White doesn't really stay white. I've got one spot, I think, on one tile right there where the white, you can't really see, there you go, where the white ink remained as white ink. I mean, that it is ink, it's not the tile showing through. But you don't get the same effects as you can do with your that's what, with your here we go. In here is just a little bit of alcohol. I currently have 99% alcohol. There we go. You can use 91, 99. I couldn't find 91 when I went to order mine the last time, so I just got the 99%. The 71% isn't quite as effective. It doesn't, from what I've heard, doesn't kind of like create the same flow. I am going to take my brush. Ooh, it had some color in it, which will not hurt. Thought I got all that out. I did the flower last night. And that magenta, let me go get one of the other brushes. That will take me but a moment. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to put a layer of alcohol. Just sort of floats and lets your inks, gives you a little more working time. They have blending solutions and extender. But you don't have to have it. You can use alcohol. Yeah, there we go. It's not going to hurt to have that little pink tint. It's very faint. Now then. You can see that I got the wrong color lid on one time. And no matter how many times I wipe and try to clean it, it doesn't come clean. Eventually I would keep hoping it'll come, but it doesn't transfer into the ink. That's the white. I'm trying to set these up so that I have the lids where, and remember to set them back where I started. But that is not always what happens. Okay, so it's not going to hurt. I know it's alcohol. Oh, it's going to evaporate. It's not going to hurt for you to have those sit out. Those tiny little holes that they have doesn't allow it enough to evaporate. So I need to do this. Flip these because Stream's my top color. Being Stream is my darkest, of course, as you look further away from the beach, it gets darker in the water. So we're going to put a line here, and it'll just start to spread, as you can tell and see. Then I add just a little white here, and there we go. It starts to blend in. So I just start taking my brush, And because I want the water, I may do this at first to help blend it and mix it. See, I made it a little creamier, or a little not so dark, and I just take the brush, bring it back and forth. And I need a little darker. And you notice my brush strokes fade, go away, basically. That's because the ink is very fluid. So we're going to add another row here. See, can you see it start to just, it blends and bleeds into the other. That's partly because I've got the alcohol on it, along in here. And white goes a long way. Okay, I'm going to put one more little line of the dark. Now, next I'm going to do, need to move this over a little more. There we go. Next comes in with Mermaid. Doesn't look much different. It's a little greener. Now, here we go. I just start bringing it down in here and blending. Just come back and forth. And this one I'm going to have it sort of at an, come in more, a little more at an angle. So I'm going to start bringing the ink down here like this. A little more of this here. And I try to make sure that all the edges get coated. You know, there's no little divots, little edges. Okay, now, this is sort of when it gets fun. You kind of start down here. And that was honeycomb. Honeycomb's a little richer brown. As you can see, this is more of a, it's got green in it. That's not good. Actually, that's from last night. Here we go. It's not going to hurt because what it is I got some Mermaid up against the edge here. See, this color's slightly browner. It's not so much red. And this was butterscotch. And now I got to clean this brush out a little. Don't want to get tons of... Actually, it's not going to hurt if I use the red in that. The one that has pink. What did I do with that? Oh, here it is. Yeah. So here we go. And I'm going to butt it right up against, just barely to the edge of the water. And I'm pushing, just pushing the ink up there. See? I want it to come over the edge. Oops, see, I don't get too worried if I get a little of the green into it because you can blend it out. I just try not to pull a lot down in there. Okay, so now I've done this. I'm going to wait for it to dry a little, so I just want to push this up to it. And in a minute here, show you what we're going to do. I'm going to let it dry a little bit up in here. There we go. So, now, you can kind of see movement of shading in the water, kind of like slight waves. But what I'm going to do, because I want a little bit of this to get a little lighter along in here, I'm going to come back in with my white and put just a little bit along here. And this is going to reactivate this blue. And so I'm just going to kind of go like this and bring it down into the beach. And if it gets a little color in it, brown sand color in it, that's okay. Just shows the water along the edge. Okay, take a little alcohol. I'm just dipping my brush in the alcohol, kind of cleaning it a little off. Now that I've, oops, don't dump that over. Next thing I want to do is I want to add a little more motion and a little more movement in the water. So where I see little kind of patterns here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to try to draw this along. And like this, it comes down in here like this. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. Now, there wasn't a lot of alcohol there, a lot of movement. It's not wanting to, so I'm going to just dip this in just a little bit and bring the alcohol with it. And this, and see it begins to blend that white in there. Doesn't stand out as much. Now I don't this is just all, oops, you can't see, well there we go. This has been my experience. This is not anything that I've been a master at, so don't think this is the only way or this is the exact way. I may be telling you things that there's better ways. This is what I've had some success with. Now, I want to add a little bit of this color in, but I don't want a whole lot, so I'm just going to put a drop. Oops, you can't see. I put a drop over here on the paper. I'm going to pick it up. Instead of putting it on here, there we go. See, it brings the color in. That's like right there. I don't like all that white there. There we go. And that's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm happy with my water. There's a few things I may do here, like I'm going to probably put another drop of, whoops, drop of the mermaid. I'm going to come back up in here because I'm not real wide about how wide that is. So I'm going to activate this with, bring it down here like this a little more. Get me a little more of this color, mermaid, on my brush. And bring it in here. If I pat it, it's still just going to come out a straight line when I do this. There we go. I like that a little better. And that. So, I'm happy with the water. You're going to see videos after this. This one will go up before, where I mentioned I'm going to be doing some things, showing you some stuff I've been doing with other mediums and alcohol inks. So, pardon it that it's out of order. Let me get the lids back on these so I don't knock them over, especially since I have all my other tiles over here. I don't want to have, if I can help it, getting ink on them. I can repair it. It's not like you can't. Yay, I kept my paints on my lids matched. Now, I'm going to shake this again. And there we go. Yep. This one, when I put this gold on here, it definitely will reactivate the inks. It's like instant, because I think it to carry the if you could see what this does, when you drop it on here, it just starts dancing this pigments. Let's see if I can show you. Hopefully you could see that. I won't know until later. There we go. And then I just come in here and I just start blending this in. And if I have to, let's go with the butterscotch. I'm going to drop a couple more drops of butterscotch in here, and we're going to spread. Need a little. Where's my alcohol? There we go. I want to get some clean for this. I don't want to put any blue in this down in here, any chance of it. So we're just going to put a tiny bit. That's enough in here. And bring it down in here like that, yeah. And I'm just kind of gliding that alcohol back along in here. This is how I get variations in the ink. As if sand's got ripples in it. Let alone having the sparkle. It's going to have ripples now. Which reminds me, I think I need to add a little more butterscotch because it's getting a little thin here. There we go. Spread some of that around. As you can see, it sort of made like a line, and I'm trying not to do that. If you blow on it, it'll help dry it quicker, so you don't get some of that. I don't mind some of it. Just didn't want quite as solid of a looking line like that. There we go. Now, I very much like abstract feeling to my work, and when I'm dealing with like my alcohol inks and some of my pours. That's why I don't highly define. Oh, hey, that came off. I have to glue that back on. I don't highly define my flower petals. There are some, I've seen some really cool, and I'm going to try that soon, where you start applying it, and when you apply it, afterwards you come in and you kind of, when you see what you see in it, you kind of outline it. Thought it was kind of cool. May try that. Now, you saw this thing, so I gotta glue it back on. Basically, I've got that clean. I'm sticking in just the edge of that. Okay, how easy it is to clean this up. My rag. Voila. This voila, it's cleaned up. So I'm going to let this dry, and I will be up when it's set at least 24 hours, maybe a little longer than that. I'll go around and paint the edge of it with the gold, and the gold I'm using is Glorious Gold to seal this. It kind of blends real well with, as you saw, with the gold that's on the in there. Let me hold this up. Oops, don't clank. Like I said, I'm going to have to touch these up a little. Those, it may take 2 coats with those. If I'm doing with the black marker, they cover real well, real quick, 1 coat. But I didn't want black on this. So I think I can show you this better like this than I can. Let me focus it though. Than I can by. There we go. We're going to back it up so you can see the whole thing, hopefully. There we go. Oops, it wants to drop down. There. And you can see the shading in the water. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, if you would click like, I would greatly appreciate it. If you would like to see more of my experiments and activities, you can click like, or pardon me, subscribe. And if you want notifications, you can click the bell. And once again, thank you very much. Just 2 days ago, I noticed that I was over 500 subscribers, and I want to thank each and every one of my subscribers. I truly appreciate you. Tonight, before I jumped on here, I checked them again because I hadn't had a chance to say thank you too much for reaching 500 subscribers, and I happened to check it again, and I had reached over 580. Like I said, I'm very grateful to all of you, and wish to continue experimenting and sharing. So if there's anything you'd like to see, have questions about, I'll attempt to answer it. If I can't, I'll tell you, or I'll refer you to one of the other channels that I know would have an answer. And once again, thank you very much. Thank you for your patience with this video. It's a newer process, so it took me a little longer to teach and show you, and I also showing the other pieces I've done. And I'll be back with another video. I'll probably make another. Maybe I'll make a coasters or something on the next one. Thanks again, and till the next video. Have a great day, night, evening, wherever you are when you see this, whatever time of day it is. And talk to you again at the next video.